CBD gummies are everywhere. They're legal. A lot of people are using them. But should a biblical man be taking them? How should we engage with that? Let's get into it. What's up, y'all? Welcome back to the Patros podcast, where we're embracing healthy masculinity. And if you're watching this, we want you to be growing spiritually, be anchored in brotherhood, and put your faith into action as a biblical man. And so my name is Alan. This is Jeff Ford, CEO of Man Up and Go, but also my co-host. And we just genuinely have a heart to see the men of God engage in their communities, engage in their churches, and especially engage in their homes, modeling healthy masculinity. So today, as healthy masculine men, the question is, how do we engage with CBD gummies?
CBD gummies.
I've never had one.
I have not had one. I know a lot of Christians who have.
Like 10%, 20% of the people that you know?
Let's not get into percentages.
Yeah, I was about to say, I'm going to start looking at everybody you know and be like,
do they take them? Do they take them?
His eyes are shut.
Alan, it's not illegal. It's not hard drugs. It's just something to take the edge off. Right?
What's the edge? That was my question.
Where's that edge at?
Yeah. But so it is one of those things that there's typically two camps, and then the middle camp is the one that's the boring one, right? Where it's just,
which is the one we should probably
typically are usually in. There's the one camp that's like, it's not a big deal, just do as you please, and we don't really care. And then there's the other side that's like, we stay away from everything, and we just draw a hard line in the sand, and we don't even do our research or thought process. Both not wanting to have the hard conversations and flesh things out, right? Yeah. One in order to escape, the other in order to just abstain, which is probably usually the safer bet, is abstinence.
I mean, abstinence, that's a great point. You could never go wrong with abstinence, but I will tell you this.
Almost. Let's throw an almost in.
Well, you can almost never go wrong.
Yeah.
That way we cover ourselves.
Yeah.
Also, I will say this. If you're abstinent on everything and you are the worst human ever, maybe you need it.
You're abstaining from joy, maybe.
You are abstaining from joy. Get yourself a gummy, bro. No, I'm just kidding. I definitely would never say that. I would never say, well, because I have a bad attitude over here, let me go take something else to loosen me up.
Yeah.
But I have said, I'm on record for I don't know if I'm on record. So I'll go on record. I'll go on record right now.
You're the kind to.
And this, I don't know. It's probably not. I can see a lot of people having a problem with this statement, but I believe it. And I think it's scriptural and biblical based.
We'll see.
It's biblically based. Like, you're not going to find
on biblical principle.
It's a principle.
Okay.
It's a principle that I will say, which is this. I think everybody is at their best when they're about 1.7 drinks in.
You think so?
I think everybody's personality is at their optimal, like,
so how's that biblically based?
Optimized when they are 1.7 drinks in.
How? You're saying personality-wise.
I am saying,
health-wise, that's scientifically not right.
Well, then,
because they have 1.7.
Then why did God give us these things? And why
isn't fermentation the breaking down of something, therefore due to the fall?
Yeah, but why did God give it to us to celebrate? Why did God say, like, I want you to do this, be merry. I would like for you to do this and be merry. In the Old Testament, they had festivals around this. He said, now in your merriment, don't sin.
Yeah.
But he literally commands the Israelites to be merry, and that heart makes the wine makes the heart glad. It makes the heart happy. And happy is he whose God is the Lord. Like, maybe this is a different podcast.
Yeah.
There's a different podcast.
Yeah.
But I think your estimation that you're saying it's all poison, I would say...
Well, in the sense of it's like for the body, it's poison. Maybe not for the personality or the heart or something.
Well,
like
then
that.
All of our food is poison.
Yeah, there's probably food that we shouldn't be drinking or eating.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Like, the sun's rays are poison.
But like specifically...
If we have too much.
With alcohol, and this actually goes into the CBD conversation.
Yeah.
Specifically with alcohol, Dr. Andrew Huberman even has, I think it was his most popular podcast. It was shared It was the most shared podcast in 2024 was on the impacts of alcohol on the brain and like how bad it is for the human body. So like it's one of those things that how much alcohol content were they actually consuming in
How much are we consuming?
Yeah, I'm saying per drink. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So to your point, is there a level where it's okay, this is okay? Which Huberman does go through that. Like what's considered not risky.
Right.
But that the body doesn't start breaking down fat until it removes the alcohol content from the body. And so that's a bad thing if you're obese, if you have if you're diabetic, if you know.
Well, so first of all, several things here. Number one, my comment is what I'm talking about is a more of a personality.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. It's more personality than health.
The best version of yourself. But I would argue also though that if you take that viewpoint on the health side of it, bro, you better look at a lot of other things.
Oh, agreed.
Right?
Caffeine.
There's so many other things that we do that 100%. We could argue and say, well, because a lot of that is I would say, I'm going to use the word poison just to use that word, that would shorten lifespan.
Yes.
That decrease,
yes.
Function.
Yes.
In the body.
100%.
But I'd also argue like we are marching towards dysfunction. Like everyone's marching towards death.
Yeah, our DNA is always breaking down. Yeah.
Because of the fall.
Yeah.
And so like, let's say you were to eat the perfect diet and the perfect, and like you were able to scientifically engineer all that, you still got 120 years.
Yeah.
That's it. And then it's gone. And bro, you didn't have ice cream. What's wrong with you?
Which is ice cream always bad?
But that's what I'm saying. Like, that's what I'm saying. So, so as we think about this topic of CBDs and gummies, and I don't know if we want to get into the hard drugs kind of say. I think that I think we need to first set like a ground rule to say that if you are controlled by anything, alcohol, sex, money, relationships, whatever,
entertainment, social media,
anything that you are controlled by that is not of Jesus,
checking off your emails.
That's
an addiction for some people.
you are in the wrong. Like if you are being, scriptures say, it says, don't be drunk on wine, but be controlled by the Spirit.
Not spirits.
So not spirits, the HS, the Holy Spirit, the head spirit, if you will. That is, so I want to say that we should govern all of our conversation around recreational substances.
Yeah.
But I would argue non-recreational substances like just food, like anything. It needs to be governed by.
We should be thoughtful about what we're putting into our bodies.
We should be thoughtful. So I have Christian friends, and I don't have a ton, but I do have Christian friends that have taken gummies. I have not. I've never actually done drugs. In the sense of, and by the way, I don't think it's wrong. I will say that.
Yeah. You don't think?
I think it's wrong for. I think it's wrong for some people.
That CBD gummies are wrong.
Or I think CBD gummies are wrong for some people.
Okay.
I think marijuana is wrong for most people.
Okay.
I do think there is an argument that it's not. I don't know how good of an argument it is, but I would like to say I think there is an argument to be made.
Yeah.
I had a pastor friend of mine one time who was up in arms about the legalization of marijuana. And I said, well, why aren't you in the up in arms about alcohol being legal
or tobacco?
And he was like, well, that's different. It's not that's not addictive. I'm like, okay, whatever.
You know how many? One of the arguments that people have on the positive for marijuana is typically like, there's not a lot of fights that break out because people are high.
No,
there's a lot more fights that break out because people are drunk.
Yeah,
and they become a lot more aggressive.
People tend to go either good vibes or angry, whereas with marijuana, it's typically
relaxation.
Just like
relaxation.
Chill.
Yeah. Which I don't think necessarily justifies.
It's not a great argument. It's still not a great argument.
Yeah, so we can get into that.
Correct.
So,
but the gummies.
Yeah.
Like what? So what's your hot take?
So my thing was, all right, so if we're talking specifically about CBD, I I do have stuff on this, but from my understanding, and I'm not an expert because I've also never really partaken in anything like this, other than I've had like rub-on CBD for physical stuff. Yeah. But that CBD doesn't, I don't think you can get high from CBD, but it can help you loosen up and become more relaxed from stress, anxiety, and things like that. So I guess you can technically use it to escape. So I think it's not as easy to escape as like THC.
So can we talk about the differences between CBD and THC? Because I think they're both like cannabis, right? Like they're rooted in a marijuana plant. Yeah. But they have different extracts or different capacity when used. So
yeah, so the brain impact is like THC alters cognition and perception, whereas CBD stabilizes neural signaling. THC can impair memory and reaction time. CBD is being studied for neuroprotection, where that's where you'll hear stuff about like people having like less seizures and stuff like that. They're more stable. I've found a few things, but really the difference that I've seen, and again, I'm not an expert on this. You can destroy me in the comments, but CBD is basically not the psychoactive side of things. So the psychoactive piece, which is what gets you high, euphoria, altered perception, increased appetite, pain relief, memory impairment, that's THC. That's tetrahydrocannabinol. And then you have CBD, which is your cannabidiol, I think is what it says, is what it's called. That acts more like a modulator, and it influences the receptors rather than turning them on. So basically, CBD can help you be more relaxed, helps you with inflammation, helps you with seizures, and your THC is more your,
But why do people use THC?
To get high.
Do they? Everybody?
Not everybody. There's also the pain relief side of things.
There's the medical benefits of insomnia.
Yes.
The pain, right?
Which CBD can help with too. I think that's where your physician should be helping you discover, like, because I know some people that have to take, that they take THC, and this is where the conversation goes, is why are we going to take this? Like, what point have I gotten to? And do I have a physician? Do I have somebody that is a doctor that is trained, that is helping me navigate this, as well as probably my pastor, alongside of that, like my pastors, helping me navigate, what am I taking? Why am I taking it? And do I need to? So like, I've had CBD before where I couldn't, and I didn't take it. I don't think I took it there's a couple times I've taken like a drop of CBD, and I wasn't anxious about anything, but I couldn't, like, I was tossing and turning. And when I did that, my body just completely was like chilled. My brain is still the same. Like I wasn't not sober minded, because that's my conviction is that we're called to be sober minded. But I do know that, like, if your doctor is telling you, hey, between an opiate and you're going to take THC, which one would you take? That's where I would say THC is more than fair. So
that, because that would bring up the next piece of this, is about the pharmaceutical component of this.
Yeah.
I mean, pharmaceuticals are obviously like $1 trillion industry. I don't know. I may just make that up. It's really big though. And
it's big pharma. That's why everybody calls
typically
it.
People, there's a pill for everything, right? Like that's the argument against it. That is a synthetic attempt to address an issue that could be fixed in a more natural way. Yeah. So do you buy the argument that, like we're talking about hemp, marijuana, this comes from plants of the earth. They are not synthetically derived. Do you buy that argument that something that is more natural is a better thing to use than, say, the pharmaceutical?
I think that it's always case by case. Yeah. So like, to put this in perspective, also there's a big correlation between, and correlation doesn't always mean causation, but if you go to the NHIC, National Health, what is it?
Just go with NHIC.
Yeah. But if you go there and you look at the information on schizophrenia, for example, and I know people that struggle deeply with schizophrenia, and many people don't understand how impactful it's like a death sentence almost sometimes, because people view you as crazy, which you're not. But
National Health Information Center.
That information center, that's what it was. But if you go there and look into schizophrenia, there's a massive correlation between schizophrenia and the use of THC on the front end. And what people don't know is the risk of that, is that if you have certain genetic triggers, those triggers can be pulled by the use of marijuana. I have family members that trigger's been pulled and no longer can function normally in society and are grown adults because nobody warned them, because people just don't know. And so my thing is, it's case by case is a big one. Self-medication is never the answer. Like, learn about your genetics, figure out what works, figure out what medicines interact. I've had family, and I'm not a doctor. I'm not that smart of a person. I love Jesus, and I think that gives me wisdom. But like, I've had family come to me and say, I'm about to take this medicine, and I've just done and I've asked, what medicines do you take? I've gone online, looked at what interacts, and told them, go back to your doctor and let them know that this interacts. And they went back to the doctor, and the doctor's like, wow, good catch. Like, be in charge of your health. Like, your doctor will be held accountable of how they stewarded your body, because you're their patient and they're supposed to be more knowledgeable. But you're also in charge of stewarding your body and your mind.
I think that's a good word. You know, my parents grew up in a generation where whatever the doctor said was the doctor might as well have been God.
Yeah.
Doctor says to do it, we're going to do it. And this is not a front to the medical profession, but it is to say...
It's hard. They're managing how many patients. You can't keep up with it all the time either.
Well, the benefit to the information age is that now...
It's consolidated information.
It's all consolidated. We actually can go out there and, to a pretty good degree, figure things out. And, you know, some people say, oh, well, you're not an expert in such. And I go, no, I'm not, but I can read.
Yeah.
I can read. And
the ability to read is a superpower that we don't value enough.
And so I can get online, and now with AI, you can do it a lot faster. Now, obviously,
you gotta double check that thing.
You have to double check everything. So like, we have to be diligent. We cannot believe the first thing that we see.
Yeah.
And so a blog from that Tim wrote in his basement. Yeah. Tim may be great.
That's not your source.
He might be, but he might not be.
You never know. He could be Alex Jones's brother or something.
Tim could be,
which Alex Jones has been right before too.
So, you know, but I love that point of being in charge of your health. Like, advocate for yourself.
Yeah.
If the doctor says, I think we should do this, say why. Like, why do we need to do that?
Is there anything we should do before we get there?
Yeah.
Like, before we get to CBD gummies, do I need more sun?
Yeah.
Am I just waking up and
deficient?
scrolling?
Am I deficient in an area? Like, think about like the vitamin intakes. Like, think smartly about your body.
Am I working out? Like, how do I work out 3 to 5 times a week with weights? Not just like, you know, walking. Walking is good for you. Am I walking? Yeah.
So I think there's a lot of things that we can do to be in charge, of our health. So I think that's a great point for guys to know. And like, there are probably times when prescription medications, I think, not probably, there are times when they're very healthy, like they're helpful to help with a certain thing. I don't think my wife would care about me talking about this. I've talked about it in the past, and she's been very open about it in recent years. But she has struggled with depression and anxiety for a long time, And there are some issues from her past traumas that I think contributed to this.
Yeah.
And she's working through those. Yeah. And she's been seeing, you know, a counselor and therapist for, you know, a couple of years now, just trying to unpack some things that she never unpacked, and wasn't like, she just ignored it. She pushed it under the rug. And my wife oftentimes acts like a man. She'll do like manly characteristics where it's like, I need to handle it myself. I don't need to bother anybody else with this. Like, I'm just going to figure it out on my own. And she has a lot of those characteristics. So she will stuff stuff down and not deal with that. But in recent years, she has been really good about trying to unpack all of that. And she has tried a litany of different medications.
So like SSRIs and stuff like
Trying
that.
to get to the right combination.
It's hard.
And she has tried to wean off of every medication that she has ever been.
Yeah.
And it has been in some regards heartbreaking for me because I know the struggle, but there was a time where I didn't understand. And so I think the one thing that I would say, I love what you said about it being individualistic on a case-by-case basis. Because I look at someone like my wife, and if I don't deal with what she's dealing with, it's kind of easy to be judgmental about it.
Yeah, you're like,
Be like, dude, what's wrong with you? Like, go hit the gym, get some sun, and like, you know what I'm saying?
and men, if it ever leaves your mouth or crosses, it should never leave your mouth, but if it crosses your mind, that's like, man, why is she so weak-minded, or why, bro? You don't deal with the same hormones. You don't deal with. I mean, women, it's a struggle. Yeah.
So I would say we need to be super understanding. You know, Peter says that. He said, deal with your wives in an understanding way.
Yeah.
I think that is such a good principle when it comes even to this topic, because it may not be your wife, but it could be someone else. Just deal with people with understanding.
Yeah.
Be gracious to people. There's always one more thing about a person that you do not know. So that's a good principle to keep in mind too. Like, everybody is going through something, and I don't have the full information. I don't have all the information.
Yeah.
So I need to be right. Like, I need to be gracious. And so like she would be definitely open to other forms to help her get this under control. And to stabilize. And I think there is a point where we can recognize the benefits of, I'm going to call it outside help.
External or whatever.
Help, like input, like physical input, because we are physical bodies. And I think we need to remember that.
Yeah.
While at the same time recognizing that we are more than physical bodies, we are souls, and we are spiritually inclined. And some of this needs to be done with the hard work of self-examination and, prayer. And certainly there's that component to it. So to take either extreme, it is. I'm a dead horse, man. Just beating it all the time. But it's like staying in the middle is where we need to be on this issue. I think.
It's boring. Sometimes boring. And I just had this conversation with somebody that was talking to me about it. Like, sometimes boring is the most beautiful and healthy version of like everything. Like, boring things are typically very good things. Like, a boring marriage is really a flourishing, good marriage. A boring testimony is what you want your kids to have. I want my children to grow up saying, I've known the Lord since my parents passed it down, but I've also investigated for myself and seen that the Lord is good. I haven't strayed. I haven't done anything crazy. Boring is good. It is often good. So to the CBD conversation, one of the things that I would definitely say to like piggyback on what you were saying was the stability part. So Alexis, through counseling, people often ask her like, hey, what's your take on medication? And I'm not going to speak for her. I'm going to speak what I think she would say, which is it is something that is a helpful tool when it is necessary. It's so often, especially in our society, especially your generation was big on this, or is big on this, is like, give me the pill. Is there an Ozempic thing? Like, what's the one little, just fix it. I remember, I don't know if when I was growing up, I everywhere left and right, I would hear about like, this pill will make you skinny and this pill will make you happy. And it was just like, just give me that. And that's not like they're benefiting off of people's vulnerability.
That's right.
But at the same time, when we are vulnerable, are there things that can help get us to square one, to where then we can start healing? And I remember talking to a pharmacist once and asking about that. Like, how would you treat a patient on antidepressants? And he said, 100% of the time with my patients, I will always try to wean them off. My goal is to get you off of them, not to have you on them forever. So I think the same thing with CBD is what I will say. Is if it's something that like it's a chronic issue and we were probably just going to live with it forever, fine. like do what you have to do, but at the same time, case by case.
Yeah. So 1 Corinthians 10, right, says, verse 23, everything is lawful, but not everything is beneficial.
Yeah.
Everything is lawful, but not everything builds others up. Do not seek your own good, but the good of the other person. Eat anything that's sold in the marketplace without questions or conscience, for the earth and its abundance are the Lord's. And so it's like he's talking about meat and food, right? But the point is like what we do impacts others as well. So there's an impact on ourselves, but then there's an impact on those around us. And this is something, and I'll just confession, I have to be very careful about this because I am that live in moderation guy. So because I'm a live in moderation guy, like I don't go to extremes. I'm not drinking so much that I'm going to be.
And I'm an extreme person, so like I have to stay away from things.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah. Like your personality is more, I think, addictive.
Yeah, 100%.
And
I've never had more than 2 drinks of alcohol because of that.
Yeah,
like
because you don't want it to go that way. And so that's where when we talk about abstinence, I mean, it is pretty good to. I mean, that would be a decent policy. Do I think that the Lord intends everybody to be abstinent on these issues that we sometimes, go around with? I don't think so. I mean, R.C. Sproul, who is one of the great Christians of the 20th century. I mean, this dude basically helped start the Presbyterian Church, and is a great theologian, a brilliant philosopher. And I love hearing him talk. Met him one time. He was in a wheelchair. It was like closer to when he was dying. This dude smoked cigarettes.
Bro, that's like that was like a thing. Well, in Christian circles, that was like the devil.
Yeah, but
like cigars are allowed.
Cigars are allowed, but cigarettes.
Because of Spurgeon.
Yeah.
Cigars are allowed.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah. This dude smoked. This was not cigars. This was he smoked cigarettes. And I found that out late, and I'm like, oh, it makes sense. Your voice is super raspy.
Was he addicted?
I don't know if he's addicted or not. I just think it was
here and there. He'll have something.
I just think it's something that he did, and he looked at it and he said, "I'm free in Christ. I don't like." The reason I didn't know about it is because he wasn't doing it in public. He wasn't like flaunting it
because he didn't want to cause people to stumble.
He didn't want to cause me to stumble. So I found out later that he did it like at the house or whatever, and I was like, "That's wild."
Interesting.
So
he wasn't controlled by it.
So he I mean, I don't think so.
No, when you're controlled by cigarettes, it's
like you're doing it.
There's a reason people have smoke breaks.
Correct, because they're like wilding out.
Yeah.
So I just thought that was super interesting. So when I found that out, I was like, gosh, all of these things that we tend to judge other Christians about, we really should just like, I'm not saying there's not a time and a place, but if you know somebody well and you've invested in the relationship and you are seeing this thing is controlling you, or you're escaping,
dependency is here.
There's dependency, or I see you avoiding responsibility, and you're going to this thing, then I think that we should be speaking into that's not judgment. That is a wound from a friend. Yeah. Right. So instead of a kiss from an enemy.
That's a like what is so, but that conversation goes to social media. That conversation goes to all of that. But is CBD gummies itself wrong?
All right. So as we wind up, we try to answer that question very succinctly. Scripturally, I look at CBDs as I do alcohol, as I do food, as I do the amount.
I'd say it's more beneficial than alcohol, but
the amount of money that I have. I look at it as something that is neither, like it's amoral. It is not good and it is not bad. And it is us that can abuse it or we can use it for good. That's my basic take on CBDs. And I think you need to know yourself. And I do think that more people than not cannot control themselves. I do think that a biblical striving that we should go after is self-control. Self-control is a fruit of the Spirit. So we need to be practicing self-control. And for me, like I would say probably candy. That might be the thing that I need to.
Your addiction.
Like, because it's not that I need it, but I like it.
Yeah,
you know, and I really like it. But I'm not jonesing for it, so I don't think I'm addicted to it. I mean, maybe I don't know. I need to examine that maybe. But the point is, like, I'm probably not the best person on this. Like, I think abstinence is it's a safer, let me put it that way. I don't think it's better. I think it's safer. But I think each Christian, what is the verse? Galatians 5:13, don't use your freedom to indulge the flesh. 1 Peter 5:8, be alert and of sober mind. So like we have principles where it's like, just because you have freedom doesn't mean you should do it. And you should always be sober minded. And anything that you're doing to take away from a relationship where you're one with the Holy Spirit.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like if something is out of whack and you know it, man, stop right now and figure it out. Like do the hard work of figuring out, why am I escaping to gummies? Why am I looking to take the edge off? I mean, my brother and I have had this conversation about, basically like an ounce of whiskey at night. That's a common practice a lot of people do. Yeah. Because it
takes the edge off.
It does take the edge off. Like your body goes, whew. Like you just feel a little more relaxed.
It's a depressant. Alcohol is a depressant.
And yeah, I think for a lot of people it helps them to sleep. So is that wrong? Well, man, if you're doing it every night and you're relying on it, I would say that's wrong. Yeah. If you do it every once in a while, maybe you're with friends or it's a celebration or it's, whatever. Like, I don't know. That's between you and God.
Yeah.
But
yeah, I would say it all goes down to stewardship and worship. Like if you're dependent on something. So what we talked about when you brought up Liza, that's talking about, I have a crippling condition right now that I need to get to a stable place. I think when we talk escapism, we're talking about somebody that has things that they can handle and they're choosing to run away.
That's a good word.
And so like there's a difference between I'm being medicated because I am not able to function. And then I could handle these things. I don't care to. And so that's not good stewardship. And that's where I would say they're wrong. I would say they're wrong if your stewardship of your life is, I'm not willing to do the hard things or investigate my own body, my own mind, my own soul.
To figure it out.
And figure it out. And have the real conversation of like, is this healthy for me? Like, is alcohol the right thing for me to be drinking? Because I personally have, my genetics don't do well with alcohol. So it's just not
probably not good.
Yeah, at all. Yeah.
All right, brother.
All right, what's the big finish?
I'm going to start us off here. If you're new to the podcast, we got 5 minutes to talk about whatever we want. And there's usually a prompt for us by our producers.
It's a big back question.
Okay, what do we got?
Speaking of the munchies, not to make light.
That's funny. Not to make light.
When you stop at a gas station on a road trip, let's say to Tennessee, road trip to Tennessee.
Oh, that happens.
Yeah, you're gonna go see your brother. What are you getting? What are you getting for a snack? Let's say you stop at Buc-ee's.
Roadside snack.
Little Buc-ee's Wawa action.
Buc-ee's. Well, first of all, I'm almost always stopping at a Dunkin'.
Yeah, that's facts. Yeah, you are.
So I'm gonna grab a coffee over a snack. Always. Like always.
What coffee?
Like I'm just gonna have just a regular coffee.
Just black.
No. Like it depends on my mood. I might have cream. Rarely do I have it black if I'm on the road because I want to enjoy it.
You want that sugar.
And I want that sugar. So my favorite would be cream and caramel. I'm not ashamed to say that.
And then snack.
But a snack, I don't know.
Do you snack at all on the road trip?
Oh yeah, for sure. I'm a snacker.
I know you're a snacker, but I'm
look
like,
at my bag right now.
But you're not bringing up snacks on a road trip, so I'm like, bro, are you snacking on a road trip or not?
I am gonna snack. You know what I like? I like Sun Chips. I don't know why,
but I love Sun Chips.
I just love Sun Chips.
They hit so crazy.
The garden salsa,
especially with like a Subway sandwich or a pub sub.
A pub sub and some garden salsa. Yeah. Oh, that's so good.
Yeah. Probably because of flights. when they pass out the sun chips.
Oh, maybe that's it. They do the garden salsa in
Yeah,
the
they
Delta.
do garden salsa.
And then I would say the other thing would be I'm a trail mix guy. So something with peanuts, chocolate, raisins, nuts like that.
You want the
I want a sweet salty.
You want the snack mix.
Yeah.
Okay.
What do you got?
Did I tell you what happened on my way to Tennessee
Oh, no.
this Christmas?
I don't know.
All right, so I'm a variety guy too, but not in the way of trail mix.
Okay.
So we're going up. I get Starbucks on the way up. I'm not a Dunkin' person. I'm a Starbucks person.
I mean, I'll do
Little bougie.
Starbucks too.
Yeah. And because it's winter, you get the white chocolate mocha peppermint. So I get that, right? And I look over to Lexus.
Whether it's winter or not, that's what you get.
Yeah, no. Look, this is vanilla sweet cream cold brew. It's
you got
100
from yesterday.
It's 150 or 190 calories.
Okay.
The white chocolate mocha is 500 calories or something like that. So I get that. Then I got Cheez-Its,
Okay.
hot flaming Cheetos.
Hot flaming Cheetos.
Bro, yes.
I would never get that.
Because I need, it's a 13-hour drive or something like that, or 11 hours.
We eat them like one Cheeto per 5 miles or something.
Boy, it stimulates you. So I'm just like, it's the stimulant. And then M&M's. Bro, this is bad. I ended up, so then, what was the other one? And beef jerky, like a healthy thing.
I'll do a jerky.
Yeah, jerky's
a good
amazing.
jerky, yeah.
My real go-to would be fruit, but that gets messy. So, bro, it's in the first 2 hours. I'm drinking my hot mocha. And then Alexis is like, hey, do you want a snack? We're 2 hours in. And I was like, let me get the hot Cheetos. And she was like, that's disgusting. And I was like, I need something to keep me awake. And then I do that. And I finish my mocha by then. And then she had a Cafe Bustelo can. And then I was like, let me get the Cafe con leche thing too. She goes, that is disgusting. And then she was like, do you want anything else? And I was like, I'll take the M&Ms. And she was like, what is wrong with you? Bro, we get to Valdosta. She wanted to go to the Buc-ee's that's on the way.
Yeah.
We get to Valdosta. I'm like, I got to pull over. Bro, I ran into Cookout. I just I parked. I jetted in because I was legit about to I was done.
Wow.
And the mess I left, bro.
Okay.
So then we get to, I probably shouldn't be sharing this on but then we go to eating. I'm like washing my hands, and I used to clean bathrooms, so I'm always very cognizant. I try to keep everything clean. So I didn't even know that this happened. I'm sweating. We're eating. She takes the kids to the women's bathroom. I didn't know I used the women's bathroom. Oh, that's how not there I was. But that's to the point of how extreme of a person I am, that when I was like, we're gonna do a road trip.
Oh, give me the fire. Give me the chocolate.
That's gonna just make my dopamine go to the roof.
Oh my gosh.
Which then resulted in a bad situation, which is why I'm so big on moderation. Self-control, and abstinence.
Bro, that's wild.
Do not indulge. Do not
indulge the flesh.
You'll end up in the Cookout in Valdosta and not go to Buc-ee's, and then your wife is mad at you.
And you blew up that bathroom.
And you blew up a bathroom that you don't mean to. So if that was TMI, I'm sorry, but I'm going to just keep it.
Keep it 100. Yeah.
God bless you guys, and thank you for joining us on this episode. We'll see you on the next one.